Out here, deep in the mountains of North Japan, things can go very wrong very fast. The extreme levels of snowfall, the lack of any cell phone reception, and the local black bears, well, they can be quite the potent mix. Not to mention the crumbling abandoned buildings, slowly being reclaimed by nature along the mountainside. Japan had a lot of power plants, factories, all these businesses that they operated out here in the mountains. Back in the 40s and 50s after the war, and then in the bubble era in the 80s, there was some more too. But with the brain drain and everybody moving down to Tokyo, they just close up shop and leave when they go bankrupt. They're legally obligated to take everything down and put the land back the way it was when they found it, but nobody ever really does it. So there's these big, rotting concrete structures dotting the mountainside here. It's kind of fun to imagine that you're in some sort of post-apocalyptic future, maybe after the climate apocalypse has wiped out most of our civilization and nature is retaking everything. This mine that's called Matsuo Kozan, these were the housing where all the workers lived. Now, this sulfur mine, back in the 40s, was producing more sulfur than any other mine in all of Asia, actually. But time marches on, and in the 60s, you could easily get cheap sulfur as a byproduct of refining oil. So, the company went belly up. In 1969, closed up shop. Everybody lost their jobs. They moved out of these nice apartments here where they were living. And that's it. They didn't have the money because they went bankrupt, so they couldn't take down the apartments like they were legally obligated to, and so it just sort of slowly getting retaken by nature. I can't really say that I'd recommend that anyone go into these abandoned places here in Japan. They are genuinely dangerous. There are nails sticking out from boards, rusty hooks hanging from low ceilings that you could easily slice your face on. There's probably asbestos, I assume. Broken glass is everywhere. The floors could collapse. I mean, I could go on. It's really not a great idea to go in there. Go at your own risk, seriously. If you fell and broke a leg or worse, no one would find you until far too late, since there's no reception. Is it creepy wandering around the Haikyuu alone? Yeah, it can be. Sometimes you hear something falling off on the other side of a building. You wonder, is that a person? A bear? Maybe a chunk of the ceiling falling off? Yeah, and sometimes I've turned around a corner, seen a footprint right there in the snow. Makes you wonder if there's somebody wandering around another corner of the building, silently making their way off like a ghost. From time to time, you certainly find that people are more bold when it comes to leaving their mark. But for the most part, I don't really see anybody. I get asked a lot if I'm looking for something when I come out here alone in the mountains. It can be confusing to a lot of people, the idea of wandering through places like this without a real purpose in mind. You know, I don't come to these sorts of places to take photos, to scavenge. No, I'd never take anything out of here. I'm not even looking for inspiration. I just want to remind myself what matters in life. To reflect on the passage of time, the power of nature, but alone, without interruptions. I'll spare you the cliches of how we're all consumed by phones and social media out here in the mountains. Just for a short time, you won't feel like a hostage to your smartphone. You don't need an abandoned building to remember what matters in life, or to feel awe at the scope and beauty of this world we live in, or to feel the impermanence of pretty much everything. You just need to find some time to yourself. Go outdoors. Go explore without any expectations.